What did you guys think about Public Enemy when they wanted to come back and not put you guys over?
Oof! That is a story.
Wow. I'll let you do this one.
Heyman comes to us, he says, we've done everything we could possibly do with you except one thing. If I can get the Public Enemy back, do you want to do a program with them? Absolutely, 100%. Public Enemy were before us. They were the team. They were the established team in ECW. We were the next team after them. We had accomplished a little bit more than them, but still, it was the Public Enemy. Let's do it. Built up for the whole arena show that Public Enemy was going to be there. Public Enemy never showed. Very last second, boom, their music hits. Public Enemy hit the ring. Boom, boom, boom. Leave us laying. We roll out. We head to the hills. Public Enemy singing and dancing. The big return of the Public Enemy. It went over great. We did exactly what we were asked to do. We were total professionals. Everything by the book. We were ready to start the angle. Well, the next week, or the next show in Detroit, it was time for the Public Enemy to return the favor. Get in there, we have a big brawl with the Public Enemy. We're fighting. We hit both of them with 3D, or one of them with 3D, and as everybody well knows, once you get hit with 3D, you do not get up. Me and Devon walking up the rampway, and Johnny Grunge is on his feet after he just took 3D, and he's cutting a promo. Basically, he's not selling our finish, he's spitting in our face. Me and Devon, I looked at Devon, I said, let's go. We hit the ring, and we started to beat the shit out of the Public Enemy. I didn't want to go near Rocco Rock because I had too much respect for him. I did not have that kind of same respect for Johnny Grunge at the time because I respected Ted Petty for other reasons. And we beat the crap out of them and we told them, stay the fuck down. We leave, they're back up on the microphone. The beating was even worse. That was their last night in ECW.
Right.
We beat them so bad that they did not come back. We legitimately beat the crap out of them in the ring because they didn't want to they wanted to do business their way. And proof positive of my story of how they didn't want to do business and they weren't professional is when fucking the Acolytes handed them their ass in WWE. Because before they went out there, they wanted to change shit up, and Ron and John beat the fucking snot out of them.
I remember hearing about that. So.
Hearing about it, you could have seen it on TV. It was so bad they had to edit it.
What were your initial impressions of your matches with the Gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa?
Well, at that point, they were on top of the world. They were a huge babyface tag team at the time, so it was great to be able to run with them, you know, because we, at that point, was establishing great heel heat, and they had the babyface pop. You know, I've got no problems with New Jack, regardless of all the stuff that he's said about me, and basically more towards me than Bubba. You know, I've always thought I could be the bigger man and let it go. And I basically had enough.
Just like the song says, we had enough!
Yeah, and that year that we did that song for the originals, that little thing at the end that I did was directed towards him. Because I had went 5 years without saying nothing. I'm the type of person that, you know, will just let things go because I don't want to create any conflict or anything. I don't want to start anything, you know, and, you know, I mean, I'm no punk. You know, if somebody's going to pull my punk card in person, yeah, I'm going to have to do what I have to do. But, you know, if you're going to talk crap on the internet or things like that, you know, I'll let it by. And I just had enough, and I wrote that segment, and that was directly towards him. But the weird thing about it is, for that 5 years that he had been burying me, you know, and talking about what he was going to do when he saw me and this and that, we met up with him in Cleveland, and all of a sudden, he, you know, Devon, Bubba, what's going on?
He was hugging us and
he was hugging, kissing us in the whole nine, and basically said, well, you know, we only did this because of the fact, I only did this because of the fact that, you know, you like Biggie Smalls, I like Tupac, East Coast, West Coast rivalry, figured we try to get it started here. You know, and it is nonsense about us stealing the music and, you know, wearing the camos. Number one, the music, we're not in charge of the music in WWE, and anybody who knows how the WWE is run knows that you don't pick your music unless you're somebody like Austin or Cena or Rock or somebody like that.
We're bigger than that.
Right. And we were basically told, this is your new music. We could have had ideas, but we were still, you know, learning it, you know, being in that company.
The only time that we had the exact music that we wanted is when we requested the song Bombshell, which was
Right.
our last set of entrance music.
That was it.
As far as what we wore, Vince McMahon came up to us and said, I want you in urban combat gear. Okay, done, no problem. Have a nice day.
So if he wants to blame anybody, don't look at us, blame Vince. You know, look at Vince and say it's Vince, but don't look at us, because at that point in time, we had no say-so.
We were brand new to the company.
About what, a year?
Not even a year.
Not even a year.
And as far as my about working with the Gangsters, I had a great time working with the Gangsters, and I really liked working with New Jack because he was over. That music played, the people loved him, it worked, and they wanted to see him kill us night after night after night. Did we get New Jack over? No, absolutely not. But if it wasn't for us, New Jack would be dead right now. Because New Jack jumping out of all these balconies and everything was started by us. We're the guys that thought of the idea of laying on those tables and having him jump out of the balconies and do all this crazy, crazy stuff. One wrong move by us, one slip by us, he'd be an ink spot on the floor, especially when he was doing the dives at a 30-foot balconies.
We were always there. Never once did we.
We took good care of him, and I don't hold any grudges against New Jack. He's, for the past whatever years, running around calling us punks and pussies and this, and says I hit like a girl, which anybody who's ever gotten hit by me knows I don't hit like a girl. He was just trying to make money for himself. Big deal. It's over with. Who cares?
And that was a prime example of us actually laying there and protecting him, because even when we left and we were in WWE, I guess he had some misfortunes where he was in there, well, I guess with a couple of the Baldies, was named Vic Grimes?
It was, the
something
one.
like that, and then I guess they were in LA, and he moved, well, not moved, but, things weren't done properly.
Grimes had on, and then the other Milwaukee fan pushed him off as he jumped.
Yeah, so, that stuff never happened with us. We actually, like Bubba said, we saved his life on numerous occasions. We put our bodies on the line just as much as he did.
There were times when New Jack was so blown up and he was so, because of whatever shit he was on that day, legitimately could not continue, that me and Devon had to carry him through the match so much. We did the right thing by New Jack. We never did anything to screw him over.
So remember, Jack, we love you.
Yeah, Biggie Tupac, you know how it is, it's all good. East Coast, West Coast,